Remember hip-hop group Morafe? Well, the trio, which consists of Kgaugelo Phaswana, KG, Lerothodi Moagi, Towdee Mac, and Khulani Morule, Khuli Chana, joined us this morning. The group gave us hits such as The Whole Thang, Dula, Jozi City Lights, Six Bob, and Here We Stand. They'll be performing at the Maftown Heights highly anticipated reunion edition, and they are in studio this morning to share more on what can be expected. Gents, so good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, having us.
Yeah. It's about that time.
And I'm having such a groupie moment.
I can't remember the last time we did an interview together.
I can't remember.
Right,
Live.
right.
Yeah,
what a reunion.
Yeah.
And on Morning Live.
Yes. Yeah.
Good to see you guys, and so good you guys are still together, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
And just listening to the album Morafe and how it's still relevant to date, you guys were surely intentional on the messaging and the longevity of the group, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because our very first TV interview actually was, I think, Morning Live.
Oh yeah.
You know, Afro-Fizz.
So you guys have now come full circle.
Was the interview? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, next year we're celebrating 20 years. Since Morafe will be turning 20.
Oh,
so
that's
there's
cool.
a lot of special things happening between now and next year. But
Right.
yeah, like, you know, to your point, it's been a long journey. Khuli went solo, you know, KG worked with HP. I went into teaching, you know, but, you know, yeah, we brought it back together.
So there's just been like a lot of growing, like in the time that we haven't released or put out any
And
music.
individual growth.
Yeah, individual growth. It was
Yeah.
very important for us to build ourselves and become stronger, like as individuals, so that when we come together, there's a story like behind it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when people are going like, you guys, we've been waiting for you guys to talk for years and years, and now there's a story to be told, and this is the time.
And having said that, what goes through your mind when you listen to your music?
Dude, that the fact that everything we said, we wrote, we got to experience and live. You know, everything we put out there, you know, we got to achieve. You know, and that's amazing. You know, our words became things. You know, and now we've come full circle. And that's why this Maftown Heights reunion is special. You know, because a new chapter, a new era is about to begin. But it's amazing how things are coming back at one. You know?
It is
and in such an epic manner.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us now to say hi again to our fans and to let them know where we've been.
And serenade them.
And serenade them again. You know what I mean? So,
And I can only imagine, you know, the stories you guys tell about your tours and your performances in the early stages of your career. Was that also premeditated towards building brand Morafe and ensuring that it's never forgotten?
I mean, Khuli's kept this brand alive, you know, because we've always maintained that whoever goes solo, we still behind the scenes working. You know? So if you look through your Motswako Originator or Lost in Time credits, you still find KG there, you still find me there. So, you know, we were just playing the game in a different way. And now it's time for KG and I to come out the shadows and just kind of give the people what they've been asking for, you know? Because the people have been crying for this. And also for us, because we also Morafe fans ourselves, you know? So, I mean, we've been making music, but we've only now started making music that we really like. So that's why also it's that time.
And I see you guys, you pursued solo careers, but despite all that, you still supported each other. So how has that worked for the good of the group?
We're family.
it's a family affair.
We still have our mothers to this day praying for us and praying on this journey. And it's bigger than hip hop. This thing of ours.
Bigger than Motswako.
Bigger than Motswako, right?
And that's what people need to take away from it. You know, at the end of the day, that like even in that silence, we were always together, doing family things, dealing with our problems, building each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's never left. It's never been apart. It's always been together.
And the nice thing about it is, in the beginning, we were, you know, projecting into the future, and now it's time to talk history and legacy.
Right,
you know?
right.
So it's a full circle type moment.
And I quite like the point that you made, that it's time to, you know, focus on making history. And, you know, with the emergence and the growth of, the popularization of new genres such as Mapiano and everything else, can you assure your fans that you will keep Motswako alive?
Yeah. When we listen back to our old material, you know, it made us realize we were always way ahead of our time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were far ahead. So, you know.
I mean, think about it. The whole thing,
Yeah.
if you change that bass line to a log drum, that's Amapiano.
Yeah.
Basically.
Now that you say
Ahead of time in that way, right?
So the timing is impeccable, you know, to reunite and drop some new music. You know, the only difference now is just
Hang on a
like,
second. When you say new music, what kind of new music?
New
Motswako music, that
new
is.
Motswako,
Brand new.
New Morafe,
you know,
new
obviously
sound.
inspired by, you know, the new era, but you know, drawing a lot from our, you know, our original sound, and you know. But
I'm quite curious to know,
spark
when
a
you
lot
say
of-
inspired by the new era, are you also looking into adding a little bit of you know, new music influences or new genre influences?
definitely.
I mean, you
That's what it
hear,
So
you
it's
hear
a fusion
drum
of
there.
Motswako and the other
Yeah.
elements.
That's what Motswako is. It's a mixture.
That is so dope,
So
man.
borrowing from that and then cooking it into something fresh. But that's originally Morafe.
Right.
So you might hear elements of what's new.
Yeah.
But you definitely
You will not
gonna
depart
hear
from the
Morafe.
essence of Morafe.
We're
The
shocking
essence.
ourselves. So, you know, we like, okay, guys, this is what we do. We're being reminded ourselves, oh, wow, when we together, this is why it happens. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
You know, personally, I love cocktails, but so I see this will be a cocktail of massive Motswako music, eh?
Massive music. We're
Nice.
excited, man.
Definitely.
So excited.
That is
Without a
so.
doubt.
That is so cool, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Brotherhood. Now, you guys, you know, are settled with your own families, but you still support each other. Let's talk about that and how it has helped you guys to be kept together.
I think, you know, earlier in our careers, we spent so much time together. The bond was strong and the conversations were so deep. When I think back in hindsight, just how young we were, and you know, our aspirations and the things that we stood for, you know, and how we protected each other and groomed each other into the men that we've become. You know, I marvel, you know, sometimes I step out of ourselves and look at it and go, I'm really proud of the men that we've become, you know, the Khuli side, you know. So the toughest thing now, when you listen back to the old catalog, we were young, we were reckless, you know. Now we're talking kids.
very different.
So the conversations are now totally different.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of uncool stuff that you like, hey,
You know, I was
how-
listening to What You Like the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't believe I wrote that.
yeah, you know.
Awkward moment, like, whoa.
Yeah, no. So there's some cringy stuff that we used to say, but we were rappers, we were young, you know, so you know,
Yeah.
but we've grown. So also you kind of pick that up in the music now. We were making reference to another song we recently made, and Skarasa was singing, right, which is a line from the whole thing. It's a very suggestive line.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, you know, people like it for the suggestiveness of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So we kind of, there's a song where we went back to that suggestiveness and we made it a whole song. You know? So I think people are going to like that because they liked that about our first hit.
Right. Now that you guys have assured us that you will not let Motswako music die, so what is it that you're doing in terms of maintaining that legacy? And are you perhaps grooming other artists? Because when you talk of Motswako, we always associate Motswako music with Morafe. So is there any other brands or groups or individuals that you're grooming to
We got
ensure
Motswako now.
that Motswako music stays alive?
Yeah, so what makes Maftown Heights special is you're going to experience what I call the first generation Motswako, and then what we call new Tswako, that is Madlera Doughboy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Madlera Doughboy, who I, you know, have individually here, have actively, you know, mentored, you know, Madlera Doughboy into this successful artist that he is. KG does a lot of touring with him, a lot of teaching, booking agency over here. Shout out to Liv Moagi.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, man, to have a guy like that, you know, carry the torch is what really, you know, has given Motswako this longevity. Yeah.
And these conversations, they don't end. I mean, right now we're talking about like passing torches, you know, we're talking about master classes, teaching people what we've learned like over the years, you know. It's that opportunity.
Oh,
now
you do
for
master
us
classes
to-
as well?
I do master classes as a vocal coach, as a songwriter, as a producer. It's time to now offload like all of that to the next generation that he's talking about right now.
Right.
And
I
these
mean, I
are the
also
exciting
went into
conversations
teaching.
now.
Yeah. You know, like KG saying, we all teach actually in our own right. But I actually went into formal teaching at an FET. It's a multimedia institute called MND in Pretoria. I taught there for about 3-4 years. And now I've got backstage lectures, which is an outreach program. I go out to villages. I was in Morule just this past weekend.
Empower Youth.
Empower Youth Week. You know, I teach music business. I teach music technology. Basically, these kids that are so talented, that are in, you know, disadvantaged places or areas, they don't have the information, they don't have the technology. So backstage lectures, I go there, and with the help of other musicians, Khuli, KG, and everybody else in the industry that can help, to say, yo, let's go help these kids. There's a kid with a bedroom studio somewhere who's helping the other kids in his hood. One of them makes it, they go to Jozi, he stays behind. Cable breaks, his mom has to buy it. So backstage lectures moves into those spaces as well and says, yo, we see you helping your community. Let's try find people to help you too.
And being teachers in your own right, so what is it that you've observed from your students in terms of what they are yearning? What is it that they're yearning for?
I've seen...
Well, apart from being famous and just breaking into the industry, what is it that they so dearly want to achieve?
You know what? You know, kudos to them for, you know, being able to use social media as a tool to put themselves out there. But I'll tell you this, you know, you can have courage, but if you don't have the patience, yeah, this is it's a, what do you call it? You got to play the long game. It's a patience game. It took us about 10 years to drop our first album. 10. How long has it taken us to reunite? You know, it's a patience game. You stay learning, you stay absorbing, and you stay sharpening the saw. You know what I mean? So yeah. And a guy like Madera Doughboy, I'd attribute his success to just patience. Because by the time he came out,
it's a virtue.
He was seasoned.
Yeah. So impatience, it would be the answer to your question. You know, that's one thing we've noticed quite a lot. Guys are not patient nowadays. You know, this is the 2-minute noodle generation. Microwave
that
generation.
microwave success.
You know, and
I'm gonna come for you for that 2-minute noodle.
you know, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, I see a lot of I want it now, you know, in the younger generation. And the patient ones are the ones that are outdoing their peers. You know, that's just what we see.
Gents, all the best, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep Motswako music alive. We're banking on you to do that, eh?
Thank you so
Maftown
much.
Heights, 29 November.
All right.
Tickets are out. Get it. I'll
Web
see
tickets.
you there.
See you there.
Definitely. Got you. All right, gents, thank you. All right, we just spoke to trio KG, Towdee Mac, and Khuli Chana from Morafe, a collective that made Motswako music from Mafikeng to the whole of Mzansi.